Hey guys, Alison Gardner here, and I'm very excited today to talk about the application of how we end rumination. Rumination is when we play over negative things or negative feelings over and over and over again. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but we are often crueler to ourselves than anyone else. We often beat ourselves up more than anyone else ever would. And so I want to help you guys stop that cycle. And I want to help you guys with some tools and techniques that are really going to help you move forward. So for our application, the first step is I want you to be tracking what your thoughts are. I want you to actually physically record them in some way. Write them down, send them in an email to yourself, keep them on your notes on your phone. Some way, track what you're thinking. And you're probably going, but I think so much every day. It's true. Our subconscious can handle hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pieces of information every few minutes. And so to write every one of them down would probably be very laborious. Who am I kidding? It would be laborious. So don't do that. But I just want you guys to engage with your mind. I want you to take control of what's going on in there. And I want you to record 4 or 5 things of the thoughts that show up the most often. What are the thoughts that just keep coming back? The ones that kind of say how awful you might be, or that are very negative and tearing you down, or that no one likes you. I want you to kind of track those because we all have them, guys. That is the first and foremost thing you need to understand in mental and emotional first aid. It's that you are not alone. Everyone you see is dealing and is struggling and is working through those negative thoughts. So no, you are not alone. And know that when I ask you to write them, I don't want anyone else in your life to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't want anyone else to see them. This is for you to start seeing what is going on in your mind. So the first step is to start writing down what those lies are and do it for a week. Track and see what's going on in your mind for a week. And then as you do that, then we go back to the declaration step I talked about last month to help clear it up. But while you're in this moment, while you're in the process of writing them down, when something negative or frustrating or saddening or embarrassing or any of those other things could happen, and your mind is like it's standing at that starting line, and it's ready to take off down that path of bumps and bruises to beat you up, I want you to say, hold on, alto, stop, and say, mind, we have a choice. You don't have to choose to be mean to yourself. Yes, it's habit, but it's a habit that you can change and make better. So stop yourself when you're braced on that starting line, ready to beat yourself up and to be cruel to yourself. And say, I'm going to think about something for 2 minutes. In the TEDx talk that I mentioned in my previous video, he said that the brain can only focus on one thing at once, which is totally true. You really cannot have 2 thoughts going at the same time. One of them's going to lose, the other one's going to win. So I want you guys to choose to let another thought win in that moment. Distract yourself for 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, focus completely on something else. Focus on your shoes. Focus on your fingernails. Focus on an email or a task or something that you need to do, and immerse yourself in that for 2 minutes. And then at the end of that 2 minutes, you'll find that your likelihood of going down that negative path is much less. And that is how we end rumination. Next week, I want to talk to you a little bit about those negative things that you've been writing down for a week, because there's a whole lot of things that we can do. So make sure that you write them down every night or text them to yourself or something, and don't let anyone see them. This is not for public consumption. This is just for you to start getting them out of you and to start tracking and being intentional about what's going on in your mind. And next week, I will explain to you things that we're going to do with them, and those things are not all declarations. So I'm very excited to see you around, and I will see you on the flip side, to the brighter side of life. Bye.